Hello, everybody. I'm Christian Woodhead, and I'm the best man. And you can ask my wife. It'll be probably the only time I get to use this title. I want to thank you for coming. It obviously means a lot to Mark and Jackie and their families. That some of you actually came a really long way, and that's great. I've known Mark for 6 years now, which makes me one of his newer friends. And it only makes sense that he'd want me to be the best man, because if I'm giving this speech, I don't know what he did before that. And we can trade stories later, that'll be fine. So anyway, I met Mark at a bar. I'm sure for those of us who know you, that's very shocking. And I met him through our mutual friend, Omer. And Omer has never stopped apologizing since. So anyway, I mean, as the best man, my job is to toast and roast the best man. Yeah, but I mean, what do you say about a guy like this? What do you say about Mark Emmert? I mean, my mother always told me that if you couldn't say something nice about somebody, you're probably talking about Mark Emmert. I mean, listen, if anybody here right now is nervous and scared and has a little bit of anxiety and is a little, concerned about the future, that's because you just married Mark Emmert. It is absolutely a true honor to get in front of a bunch of well-dressed, attentive individuals and talk about a guy who is very intelligent, very thoughtful, very charming, and has a true moral compass. Unfortunately, I'll probably never get to have that chance, so this is probably the best I'm going to be able to get. And the bridesmaids today look absolutely fantastic. I mean, can we get a round of applause for the bridesmaids? Thank you. They're beautiful. And they're only rightly outshone by our beautiful bride, Jackie, who looks stunning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very sad day for single men everywhere. As a beautiful woman leaves the available list. And for you single ladies out there, today really wasn't a big deal. I think he's getting hurt. So, Mark asked me to be the best man, and I thought to myself, I'm like, it's a lot of work. I got to do a speech, a bachelor party, so then he offered me $50. I was like, Then he offered me $100. And well, I'm very happy to be with you here tonight. The contents of the speech definitely gave me a little bit of concern. I wanted to make sure it was funny. I wanted to make sure it was true. I wanted to make sure it was a good time for everybody. So I needed a test audience. So I tried to find a very large, test audience, a captive group. So I went to an AA meeting. I gave the speech there. It was well received. Then I went to a Gambling Holics Anonymous. It was also very well received. So Mark's already heard this twice. But of course, I take every job I do in my life seriously. All right, so I had to look online for my duties as the best man. And my duties are, they're a lot more than I thought they were at first. My job is to get Mark dressed for the big day. He's a 30-something-year-old doctor. You'd think he could do it by now, and as you can see, he can almost do it himself. I have to make sure that he's on time, sober, and looking his absolute best. It's absolute. I mean, this is it, folks. I mean, this is the best I could do. Listen, I'm the best man. I'm not a plastic surgeon. That's it. That's what you got. And we were on time, so I'll take some credit for that. And as far as sober, we did pretty well there, but I mean, that's a tough call. I mean, it only takes Mark one drink to get drunk. It's usually the 14th. The good news is when Mark said when he got married that he wouldn't drink anymore. The bad news is he didn't say he would drink any less. And, I met some wonderful people in the last couple of days, and everybody always comes up to me and asks me about, how was the bachelor party? How was it? Well, we spent 5 days in Cancun, which was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. And, everybody wants to know how it was. Well, frankly, so would I, because I don't remember half of it. What I will tell you is I'll tell you what I told my wife. I got off the plane, I started drinking, I got on a plane. What else do you want from me? She was interrogating me the whole time. But I assure you, everybody in this room, that trip was a true errand of mercy. It was a true trip of philanthropy. Together, we all boosted the local economy significantly in Mexico. We put several hardworking bartenders through college. We increased awareness about alcoholism. And, we also increased the knowledge of water safety because Mark and I actually got chased out of the ocean by a crocodile. True story. It's about this big, but true story. They actually had a guy with a lasso and had to come get it. So, a snare. And we also taught the locals dance moves they've never seen before. On that trip, I learned a few things about, I learned a few things. And Mark's, I also know that Mark's party switch has no dimmer on it. It's off, on, that's it. Frontal assault, don't be scared, don't be nervous. That's what it is. And I also learned that, as our friend Chris pointed out, how to cause a shortage of lime wedges throughout the entire Yucatan Peninsula. Mark is more extravagant than I first thought. We spent a lot of money down there. This is an accusation his butler flatly denies. And anybody who really knows Mark has a huge problem with speeding. Big problem with speeding. I mean, living with Mark is like living in the movie Fast and the Furious, where Mark's fast and Jackie's furious. In fact, the only way I think that Mark could love Jackie anymore is if somehow we could fit her with a V8 engine. That's true. And, Mark's car has 3 speeds, fast, faster, and guilty as charged, Your Honor. And, it's really ironic because for a guy who speeds as much as he does, he never makes it anywhere on time. I mean, if you want to meet Mark out at 9:30, you'll be lucky if he makes it there at 10 the following day. And listen, I mean, I've tried my best as his friend. I mean, I've tried to get him other hobbies like stamp collecting, but then how's he mailing all the damn tickets? Listen, finally, I mean, the one attribute I know about Mark that I've learned in these 6 years is that he cannot be outdone. I mean, he is, honestly, he's very smart, he's hardworking, he's ambitious. I mean, you buy a watch, the guy buys a better watch. You go out and get a car, the guy buys a Corvette Z06. Some of our friends go out and get girlfriends, he goes out and gets Jackie. You have a 5-day bachelor party in San Juan, Puerto Rico, like Gomer. He has a 5-day bachelor party in Cancun, Mexico. And try as you might, it can try to be the best friend that a man can have, and Mark is always a better friend. So, I love you, brother. Congratulations. So at that, if I could get everybody to raise their glasses, I just want to toast to the bride and groom and to many years of happiness.
Years.